Hi, I'm Robin Bensley. Welcome to Chow Time. One of my all-time favorite desserts is coffee ice cream. And I got to thinking, why don't you see more coffee-inspired desserts around? I mean, there's tiramisu, there's a lot of mocha things out there, but I don't see a lot of coffee-type desserts. And so I have come up with one that I think you're going to like. This is one of those dump cakes. You dump a half a dozen ingredients into a bowl, mix it up, and toss it in the oven. So I'm going to start with a boxed cake mix. This is a yellow cake mix. And I'm going to add to that a small box of instant butterscotch pudding. And then a cup of water. And a cup of mayonnaise. I don't know if you've ever heard of this trick, but it goes back. I've been doing this for a long time. But if you add mayonnaise to a cake recipe, it's going to turn out so moist. And even if you don't like mayonnaise, you would never know it was in here. So a cup of mayonnaise. Then we're going to add 3 eggs. One. 3 eggs. Now I'm going to take my electric mixer, sort of stir it around a little bit first. And then blend everything together. There. Now I want to stir in by hand about a cup's worth of butterscotch chips. Okay, now I've got my prepared pan. A little butter and flour on it. And we'll dump it in there. Every last drop. And that little cake trick that my grandma showed me, you go like this, and any air bubble will come to the top and pop, so your cake will even be more moist. And now I'm going to pop it in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. And this coffee buttercream frosting I'm going to make is also very easy. That's 3/4 of a stick of softened butter, 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar, a little splash of vanilla extract, the most important part, I'm going to do about a tablespoon and a half of that. I'm going to use my electric mixer with this, but also I'm going to add some milk at the end till it's the right consistency. So let's just get this kind of rolling here. I'm going to add a little milk now. got going here? Ooh, that's a good consistency. So that was about 2 tablespoons of milk I added to that. And I'm not making a ton of frosting because this is a sheet cake and it's very rich. And let me just make sure on the flavor. Oh boy, that's coffee all right. So we'll just wait for the cake to finish cooking, then we have to cool it down, and then we'll frost it and put the whole thing together. It's all cooled down and ready to frost. As I mentioned before, it's not a huge thick layer of frosting because this is such a rich and flavorful cake. I've actually made this type of cake before and not even had frosting on it. But when it comes to coffee, it's a different story. Now, the nice thing is if you're going to a party and you're taking this, you can just take it like this. It makes for easy transport. All right, I like to cut it into squares. And put it onto a pretty plate. One more important step. I have some coarse sea salt. I'm going to salt these up a little bit. And there you have it. Coffee and butterscotch is such a great marriage. And this is so moist and rich, and the coffee just pops. The frosting is just perfect. And the only thing I would say is this is so rich and caloric that you should only make it once every 3 years. It's that good.